My friend Gary Harrington is in jail right now because he collected rainwater in his ponds. What we're going to do is we're going to show you the map of all the ponds in the area and show you explicitly that they selectively prosecuted him to set a case precedent against a number of other people in ponds out here to cover their own breaking of the law. This 3 X's right here, these 3 X's, those are Gary's ponds. Just to give you a perspective here. These are all the ponds of his neighbors that are smaller. His are the ones that are set up for firefighting. There's ponds all around here, and if you look a little further out, you're going to see over here, these are non-exempt private ponds. That's the ones we're talking about here. Then you have BLM exempted ponds. There's some orange ones. Most of those are down over here on the map. This is the Big Butte Basin that we're talking about. This whole area here that's outlined. The blue ones are the non-exempt United States Forest Service ponds and pumper stations. These other ponds are exempted private ponds. And you can see what it says, the Big Butte Creek watershed legally and the Big Butte Creek watershed functionally. This is the whole thing. Now, what we're going to do here is show you the differences. These white ones right here are the exempted ponds all around Gary. All in the Big Butte Basin, all around Gary. This is not Gary's whole land, by the way. This little thing right here is. Now let's go to this. This is who they're prosecuting. That one. The one that's set up for firefighting, that all the firefighters want to have in existence. That's the only one. And they think that's not selective prosecution? Explain to me how all of these ponds that are used for private purposes and on BLM are all in violation of the rights issued to the city of Medford. They came after 1925. Look at all these ponds. How was it that the OWRD gave permission to step on the rights of the city of Medford? They'd already granted the rights to the city of Medford. And yet, they granted rights to these people for purposes that weren't municipal? And then they're going to target Gary, the only one, you've seen it, the only one out of all those. What are they really trying to do here? What kind of case precedent do they have to cover the crimes they just committed? If the jurors would have been able to see this kind of information, do you think for a second they thought it was fair? They would have thought it was fair that Gary was prosecuted in this way? The real question here is, why wasn't the jury allowed to see this? Why wasn't Gary allowed to present his side of the equation? The prosecution made it so that the jury couldn't see this evidence. This is crazy. How did they not see this? That's selective prosecution. They denied Gary's right to show the map of where his pond was.